Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. I look like a bit of a mess right now. I did my makeup but my hair isn't cooperating, so we're just gonna leave it in the way that it is. But for today's video I'm going to be doing a video on my experience doing a PLC. I've actually got a lot of questions asking me to film this. Like, loads of people have asked me in the last year and I still haven't gotten around to doing it, but I'm finally going to do it. Obviously, like, college is back and PLCs are going to be back, so I thought now was the perfect time. And yeah, we're just going to get right into it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and follow my social medias as well, please. Thank you. So I just have a couple of notes here because if anyone knows, I ramble quite a bit. So yeah, so we'll just start straight away with the course I did. So I did Applied Social Studies in Limerick College of Further Education, and I did that from September to May. I think my last assignment was submitted in May. Obviously with COVID-19 and stuff, we stopped in college in March, so that obviously did affect some things, so I'm still going to talk about my experience with that. So I did Applied Social Studies and I absolutely loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it. It was such a good year and I met such amazing people, and the lecturers and everything were lovely, and I just highly recommend that college. Like, it was so good, and it's literally in the city as well, so it was perfect. So the process of getting in is the first thing I have written down. So I remember applying for it with my guidance counsellor. I can't remember the times or dates and stuff. I'm really bad with dates, but I applied for it with her just as a backup because I did want to originally do social care in LIT. And if anyone has seen my Leaving Cert video, I got 375 points in my Leaving Cert. But which I had enough points for social care, but I did foundation maths because I'm absolutely terrible at maths, and I got an F3 and I didn't get an F2, so therefore I wasn't permitted to get into LIT. But at the time I was absolutely gutted about it, but honestly everything happens for a reason, because LCFE was such a good year and doing that PLC course was genuinely so good and I absolutely loved it. So I think everything happens for a reason and I ended up loving it. So then when I applied, we had an interview in the summer. I think it was like in April, I think. I'm not sure, like, I'm not 100% sure. We had an interview and I was literally so nervous, and my guidance counsellor gave me notes for she gave me notes to like study, and I studied all these notes for the interview and I ended up not being asked any of them, which was grand. But I was really nervous for the interview. So there was two people who interviewed me, both lovely women, and they basically just asked me, like, was I a hard worker, like what my attendance was like, and honestly my attendance was one of my highest points. Like, I rarely ever missed a day. And oh, my hair looks so bad, but anyway, I rarely missed a day. So they were happy to hear that. They were just asking me why I wanted to do social care, and things like that, and just like, it wasn't that long of an interview. I'd say it was about 5 minutes, and then a couple of weeks after that I got a letter to say that I've been accepted into LCFE, and I was delighted. At the same time I was like, oh sure, I won't be, like, I'll have it there on the back burner just in case, but I won't be going there, like I'll be going to LIT, and obviously that didn't work out. So it was really nice to have that, because which I was gutted about at first. Like, I was really gutted about it, but then when I started going, I realised that it was the right thing to happen, because I absolutely loved it. I made such incredible friends and I loved the course. Yeah, so I started on the 9th of September. So I started on the 9th of September, which was literally just a couple of weeks back, a year ago. So I got accommodation in Limerick. I was staying in Cratloe Woods Student Village, and I was there for the year, and I literally got the bus in. And it was brilliant. Like, I loved it. I really loved it. And I just have a picture of the modules I did, because I actually forgot them, would you believe? So this was literally just my timetable there. So on Monday I had Manage Your Success, which was basically just kind of like I described as a mental health class, like to see how you're doing in the course and stuff. Then we had Social Studies, then we had Human Growth and Development, we had Word Processing, and Word Processing, so we had a double. So Monday was from 9 until 4:15, which wasn't too bad. Then and then Tuesday I had Social Studies at 11:15, and then I had Work Experience, and then I had Human Growth and Development, and then I finished that day at 3:15. And then on Wednesday it was like a short day, but everything was kind of muddled together. Like, we started at 10 and we finished at 2:15. So I had Communications, Equality and Disability, Psychology and Intercultural Studies. Then Thursday I started at 10 and I finished at 4, and then on Friday I had work experience. So I'm just going to go briefly into some of those subjects. So managing your success, like I said, was a mental health class. Social studies, we were doing sociology. Human growth and development was about learning about like it's kind of like psychology. Like psychology and human growth and development were very linked together, and human growth focusing more on, I suppose, the life part of it, and psychology was more like the reasoning thing. I'd probably explain that bad. And then word processing was, to be honest, I didn't like it at all. Like, it was basically a computers class, but it was grand. Like, it did the job. Like, you learn how to use like Microsoft Word, and then you were doing like these little projects on Excel and everything, and it was kind of annoying, but it was fine. Then communications was just kind of like you were doing like interviews and stuff, and communications we had a couple of recorded things, which for my anxiety was quite bad, but after I did, the more of them I did, the better I got at them, and it was actually very beneficial in that I actually did good, like as in my anxiety got better. Equality and disability is literally what it says. We were doing the law part of it, like learning about the equal rights status, the equal status stuff. We're learning about equality, and then disability, just kind of learning about different disabilities and kind of what those disabilities face on a day-to-day basis. And intercultural studies was definitely one of my favourites. I absolutely loved history in secondary school, so intercultural studies was amazing because you were learning about different countries and history and things like that, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, that's all of my modules, and I really liked all of them except for word processing. I think it was just one I absolutely hated. Like, we had a double on Monday evening, and it was like of 2 hours of it, and it was just, I didn't hate it, I just, on a Monday it was like that one thing that I dreaded, but it was absolutely fine. I just thought I'd give you a brief thing of my modules, like, and do you know what, like, it was heavy duty. There was a lot. I think there's 9 in total, so there was a lot, but I enjoyed most of them. And yeah, so like what I thought about LCFE in general. So LCFE is a college, like I said, in Limerick, and it's for doing PLCs, and there's literally loads of level 5s you can do. And I really enjoyed my time there. Like, it was such a nice environment. Like, it was small. It was kind of what I described it like, was like a big secondary school. Like, just like a secondary school, not even a big secondary school. It was a big secondary school because my school was tiny. There was only like 300 in my school, whereas this was quite big. So it was very like secondary school, but you had more independence and you were more like treated like an adult and stuff. So it was like secondary school, but not as harsh as secondary school. There was like a canteen and stuff. You could get lunch, and you got like a library place where you could do assignments, and the study area was great, and there was like different groups and societies. Now, I didn't actually join any because I didn't think of it. I don't know why like, we were told about it, but I just didn't think to join any, and I really wish I did. So if you're thinking of doing a PLC or going to college, definitely join stuff, because it's like, I always saw other groups meeting up and I was like, I wish I would have joined that. But yeah, honestly, I absolutely loved the college. College atmosphere was really nice. Most of the lecturers were lovely. Genuinely, like 99% of them were lovely. And it was just such a lovely environment. So the one thing I will say, like with all the modules and stuff, was it did get very stressful sometimes. Like, we had 9 modules. I'm just going to check that I'm remembering that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we had 8 technically, and then 1 was like the managing your success, but it did get very stressful because a lot of the times assignments were due around the same time, like within the same week and stuff, so it did get very stressful. So like, I actually found it more stressful than my leaving cert in the way that there was just so much due all at once. So I do recommend, like, if you are going, just make sure you stay on top of things. Do a little all the time, and they will tell you that, like, literally do a little all the time, and it will really make the difference. Because I was kind of struggling at the beginning, like, how am I going to get all of this done and I still have to study? But you will just keep on top of your work, and literally there's always, like, your lecturers will always help you out. Like, I always found that when I needed help, they always helped me, and they were just so nice. So I really recommend that. So I don't mean to interrupt the video, but basically I actually forgot to talk about work experience. Work experience was one of the best parts of college for me. I did work experience every Friday, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I was meant to go back to it, but I didn't. It was really, really good because it made me realise that I was in the right area as well, and also it's just really good for getting your head around what kind of course you're doing and the benefits. And it was really good to have 1 day a week, and then I had a full week at the end, and it was very, very good. So the work experience really helps a lot, and I'm really sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but thank you. So I'll go back to editing now. I'm just going to go through some of the benefits of doing a PLC. So you know if you're suited to that course. So I know a lot of people who didn't get into college and they were supposed to be doing, let's say, nursing, and then they did a PLC for nursing and actually realised they didn't like it. And I just think that's such a huge benefit. Like with me, it was the opposite. Like I did social studies and I know I absolutely love it, and I'm going to love doing it in college. So that was like a benefit for me. But also the people who did a course and then realised, oh, this isn't for me. It's like it's not like you've wasted a year, because it's not even a waste. You've learnt in that year and you know that it's not suited for you, and then at least you're not going to LIT or wherever UL to do 4 years and realise then, oh shit, because then it's kind of a worse place. So I know so many people who actually, you know, oh, this is for me, and then, oh, this isn't for me, and that's absolutely fine. I think that's a massive, massive benefit, and for that reason I think every student should do a PLC before going to college. It just gives you such like a what's it called? Gives you such an idea of if you want to do that course or not. And also another thing I have is you get started in gently. Obviously it's not going to be as severe as college, but it is that little step, and I think it's like a stepping stone to gradually learning more. And I think it's so good, like, because you learn about referencing and they teach you how to reference, but it's not done so severely that if you mess it up that you've got nothing. Do you know what I mean? And you starting the assignments slowly, and you're not going in and being like, oh, what do I do? And I just think it's really, really beneficial for that. And also you'll have more knowledge for when you go into college. Like if you're sticking with the course that you originally did in PLC, you will have more knowledge going into college. Like with social studies, I've heard so many people say if you've done a PLC, you're going to be sorted for first year. Like you'll know so much and it'll be easier. And I just think that's a huge, huge benefit. Also you make new friends. Like I've made so many friends in my PLC, like, and that friends that I'll have for life, genuinely, like lovely, lovely people. It's such a nice environment. People aren't judgmental. Like in secondary school, you know, you've got that judgy atmosphere, like people are waiting for you to fail so they can laugh at you. I didn't get that at all in the PLC. Like everybody was so nice, and I think it's so, so refreshing. And it is enjoyable, like, because I found that it was that little bit more relaxing. Obviously I haven't gone to college, like I'm doing my first year in LIT this year, which I haven't started yet, but I haven't started college yet, so I don't know. But I did find it was very enjoyable because it wasn't as severe. Like I know people who've gone to college and were like worrying a lot and is stressed just because it is college, whereas with the PLC I found that it was that little bit more less stressful. Although at the same time I say that, I'm kind of contradicting myself now, because I remember having friends who were in first year and going out all the time, and they didn't, like, maybe had like 1 assignment a week, and I was there have sometimes with 6 assignments a week, and I was like, something's wrong here. So I think it depends on the course and the time, but yeah. Yeah, so then the downside that I have is it takes a year longer and there is a stigma attached. So the downside, I suppose, if you're somebody who didn't get enough points in your leaving cert and you are doing a PLC and you're like, oh shit, that's just wasting another year. A lot of people actually have that outlook, oh, it's wasting another year. And I feel like, yes, it is, but it's also like, so like, it's not wasting a year, you're just using a year to get where you want. And if you really, really want something, that time shouldn't matter to you, because you will get where you want. A lot of people say, oh, it's a waste another year, you won't be finished till you're 26 or 25 or 30, whatever. And I just don't think I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter what age you finish. If you're doing something you love when you get qualified, it really, really doesn't matter what age you are. Like I'm 21 and I'm going into my first year of college, and a lot of people will be younger than me. They might be 17, 18, 19 or whatever. And I am that little bit older, but like I don't care. Like, you know, like it's college, like I don't think that should matter. Like I'm gonna finish when I'm 25, and for me at first I was like, oh, that's so old, but now I'm like, if I'm really doing something that I love, then it won't matter. And there was a huge stigma attached. I remember when I first started doing my level 5, and people were like, oh, what are you doing in college? And I told them, they were like, oh, you're just doing a PLC. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Like, because it's not like I was flaking, or that's kind of like the attitude. They were like, oh, you're flaking or whatever. Like, it's a pathway. Like, it was a pathway for me to get into LIT, which I'm doing this year, and I'm absolutely delighted. So I just feel like there is a stigma there. A lot of people look down on it and be like, oh, it's just level 5, and I just think it's horrible. Like, you don't need that. So I mean, with people like that, like, they're the type of people who will go like to likes of like not like fancy colleges and be like look down on people who go to, let's say, ITs or something. And I'm just like, no, it's you're doing what you want. If you get what you want, then that's all that matters. So yeah, I feel like I kind of flew through this, but I don't, like, a lot of my videos are really, really long, and I know a lot of people aren't going to want to be listening to me for that long, so I don't want to ramble. See, I don't know. Let me know, do you like videos that are short, or do you like videos that are long and detailed? I never know. Like, I know on the videos that I go too long in, some people love them and some people are like, oh my god, shut up. So just let me know. So an overall basically of how I found the year. I found it tough but enjoyable. Like, it was tough stress wise because there was so much on at one time, and I just found that with my anxiety and stuff, it was really hard to manage, but I honestly just tried to do a little bit all the time, and it did really help. And when I did get really stressed, I did talk to one particular lecturer who's absolutely lovely, and I have so much love for her. She was just so nice, and she was so calming. She's like, look, you're working so hard, like, just stay with it, you're doing great and stuff. And I think having that one-to-one like person to talk to and someone who is supporting you is really nice. And I also found that doing the PLC, it was so much fun. Like, like I said so many times, I met so many amazing people during it, and I had so much fun. Like, we met up, we went into the cinema, we went out, things like that, and I just really, really enjoyed it. I also learned so much independence. I think college, the PLC in general, taught me like to be so much more independent. I've said before, I do have social anxiety a little. I say a little now because it's not as bad as it used to be, but I was so nervous at the beginning. Like, I could barely talk in front of people, and literally like a couple of weeks in, we had to do a recorded meeting, and basically, I know like this might sound contradicting because I am sitting in front of a camera now, but this is on my own terms and I'm in a room on my own. But we were in a room full of people with a camera facing us, basically giving us a grade on how well we did. I was mortified. I had a huge panic attack beforehand, and it was horrible. But after it, I was like, that really wasn't so bad. I think that gave me so much independence. And also during my year, I started the gym. Now, I've always been really scared of going to the gym. I'm the kind of person who likes to work out on my own and kind of be around myself and not really around other people. So going to the gym was terrifying. I went to the gym in the Clayton Hotel, which was really nice, and after a while I just started to get more and more confident there, and I think that also gained my independence because I was walking to the Clayton Hotel for the gym, I was walking back, I was getting the bus on my own, and I know that might sound quite mundane and quite small, but it was a huge deal for me, so it really helped gain my independence. That year did. And also it gave me a lot more knowledge of assignments. I was really worried about starting with assignments and stuff and referencing, but it was explained so well, and if I ever had questions, I could go up to my lecturer and be like, I'm not sure what to do for this part of the assignment. Not that they spoon fed me, but they did help me if I was really stuck, and be like, you could do it from this angle and make sure you're referencing, you haven't referenced right there, and just helping me like that, and that just helped so much. So my last assignment, I think I submitted on the 1st of May, and with COVID and stuff, we went home in March, like, for lockdown, and then we weren't given any, like, sort of indication about what we were doing. So there was a couple of weeks where we weren't doing anything, but then I think it was like in April, it was like the middle of April, we were told that we had more assignments to do because we basically weren't going to be doing our exams. So I thought that's fine, because I was actually quite happy we didn't have to do exams, because I don't perform as well in exams as I would in assignments. So that from that part of the PLC, I can't actually tell you what the exams were like, except for the ones we did at Christmas, which were fine. Like, I think I only had one written exam at Christmas. One written, or was it even, yeah, one was written and then one was on the computer, which was for word processing. So even then, I don't have much knowledge of exams for the PLC, so I am sorry about that. But we just got assignments to do, and then my last assignment was handed in May. I just submitted it online through the VLE, and then I was finished and I got my results. I can't remember what month. If I find it, I'll put it here. I got my results and I got all distinctions, which I was absolutely shocked about. So I got a distinction in everything, which I was so shocked about, because I really didn't think I deserved that. But I did work really hard, and yeah. And I think as well as, I don't know if you've seen any of my Leaving Cert videos, but I have talked quite a lot about how unfair the Leaving Cert system is. And I am going to make more videos on that as well, because I still get asked to. But I really didn't think I would do well in a PLC course, because I didn't do great in my Leaving Cert. And well, I did great for me. I got 375 points, which I was delighted with. I didn't do great in like academics, so I thought, oh, I'm not going to do well in this. And then I came out with all distinctions. I genuinely, like, I got really emotional, because I was like, whoa, like, you know. So it just goes to show you that when you're doing something that you enjoy, like, the limit is endless. What's it? The limit does not exist. Mean Girls reference, if anyone gets it. Okay. So the limit does not exist in what you can achieve, and I was just so happy. And I absolutely loved doing the PLC year. It has taught me so many things. I've gained so much independence. I found out more about who I was. I've gained new friends, and I've learned a lot. Like, I've genuinely learned a lot about not living alone, but moving out and cooking and all of that, and dealing with some people that are annoying. My accommodation situation wasn't the best last year, but that's fine. It was just to live with people, to kind of learning to live with different people, if that makes sense. And I just had a ball of a year. Like, it was so good, and it was definitely, like, I don't regret doing a PLC at all. If anything, even if I'd gotten into LIT, obviously I haven't started yet, I would still choose to do the PLC, because I learned so much, and I have so many amazing memories from it, and I've just become stronger as well. So I really hope this video helped. This is just my experience doing a PLC and everything like that. If you have any questions, please leave them below, or contact me on my social medias, which will be linked down below. And if you're thinking about going to LCFE, I highly recommend it. I absolutely loved the college. It was so nice. Everybody was so nice, and I just loved it. It was just a lovely atmosphere. So yeah, this is going to be the end for this video. I hope this helped in some way. And if I missed anything, please let me know, and I will try and we'll try and hit that point again with you. I'm just trying to check, did I find... yeah, I went through everything on this list. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you're keeping well, and I was basically supposed to get this video up yesterday, but I really wasn't in the form to film, so I'm trying not to put that much pressure on myself. Like, I know I said Wednesday and Sunday, those are what I'm aiming for, but I might not get those days, but I'm still going to try do my best and get uploaded twice a week. And if I don't hit twice a week, I'll definitely try and hit once a week. Thank you so much, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you want, and yeah, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.